Okay, now we're going to put knocks in our arrow shafts, and there's a trick that I learned from the late Ron Hood. Feel free to look him up. He's got a great series of bushcrafting and survival videos that are out there. Really good stuff. And he showed how to cut easy knocks into the ends of your arrow shaft so that you can seat it into the bowstring, and then you can also seat in or haft in your arrowheads. So what we want to do is kind of a ways from the tip here, from the end, about 2 inches, 2-3 inches from the end. I want to start to put a little divot in here with my tool and just round it out like this. Just want to bore this in there on one side. Now 180 degrees from that, on the opposite end, I want to do the same thing on the opposite side. Exactly 180 degrees on the opposite side. So I want to get that going. So what we have is we have 2 holes on the opposite side like that, or 2 divots. Then 90 degrees from where we put our holes here, the holes are here and here, I want to go up about 1/4 of an inch or so, and then cut in a divot or a wedge. Like so. I don't want to go all the way through. Just want to put a good enough slice in. Then I like to roll to the other, to 180 degrees from that. And cut little wedges in. Make sure that they're there. Okay, so we essentially have this configuration. So we have divots 180 degrees from themselves, and then 90 degrees from the divots we have these little slices or wedges, which are 180 degrees from themselves. And then what I want to start to do is actually another trick that I like to do is from the divots to the wedges, I like to cut a little groove in. This will help guide. This will help guide us a bit. Okay, and then I do the opposite end. Like that. This is a little extra that I found, kind of helps to make a guide. So this is what you end up what it looks like if it shows up on camera. All right. So this is your configuration, and then what I want to start to do is just gently start to work the fibers up and down at the wedges. Kind of break them away. And then at the divots, I want to start working at them kind of gently but firmly. You can start to hear it give. Gently but firmly. And then work up and down. And you're just trying to work the piece loose. Gently but firmly. And if you do it correctly, you end up having this, which is what we want. Okay, it's a little thin, but we can work it out. We can sand it and shape it a little better. So this is our first notch. So that's how you break a notch quick and easy in your shafts. Okay, once we've got our knots cut, what I can then do is start to kind of refine it a little bit with some sandpaper or convenient sidewalk or rough rock from a primitive standpoint. And then what I can do is I can go in here and bend the sandpaper in half, and inside of here refine the ends. So I can continue to sand and refine this up. I may even snip these like a short 1/8 of an inch. They don't this would be for the end of the shaft. So I don't need it terribly deep, but just deep enough so it'll sit into the bowstring. If I was doing this for the arrowhead, it would be a little longer so that my arrow could sit inside of it. Or excuse me, my arrowhead could sit inside of it.